It's almost springtime here in Reno, Sparks, in Northern Nevada, but is our real estate market ready for the strong, normal spring market? Let's dive in and take a look and see what happened in February. Taking first a look at the median sales price for single family homes here, we can see we're actually back up a little bit. We went from $535,000 in January to let's just say $546,000 for February. So inched up $11,000. That's good news for those owners out there. Now, if we take a look at where we have been over the last 13 months, we're not quite back up to where we were, but we have come up a little bit, which is good news. And probably going to see that trend potentially continue as our inventory remains so low, which we'll get into in just a moment. Now, let's see how quickly homes are going under contract, and this was quite the telling sign. Look at days that 20 days to contract compared to January, we're at 34 days to contract, so much faster. Now, winter is usually always the slowest time, and especially December is usually the slowest time of the year, so we're finally coming back off that, more closer to where we were in August of last year, so that's good news. Now, looking at all the different price points, because the price point's what's really telling the story in this market of what's there. So if you look at the 1.5 million plus, you can see it actually jumped up from 102 days to 162 days, so definitely a little increase there. But if you look at for example, the $400,000 to $500,000 price point, you can see that went from 25 days in January to just 11 days to contract. So in less than 2 weeks, most of the homes were selling there. All right, now we're going to take a look at the sales that sold in February, new listings that have hit the market, and our inventory that is continuing to go down. You can see that downward angle of the gray, which is the inventory there on the graph. Continues to go down month after month. We'll go into that in just a second, but you can also see that's even with our new listings going upward. We increased new listings, and our solds have went up as well. So there is more demand in the market, which as the weather starts to warm, we're going to see that trend continue. But that's the good news for those sellers out there. And buyers, I'm hearing that even some people are already getting into bidding wars and multiple offers for some listings that are priced right. So definitely something to consider if you're looking to make a move soon. Let's connect and talk about that so you don't get priced out of this market. Taking a look at the inventory over the last 13 months, you can see just back in September, we were at almost 900 listings on the market, and now we're below 500. So that's definitely something telling of what's going on here in the Reno Sparks market, or we have an inventory crisis again, and we need more homes on the market. And a lot of these are people just hanging on to their listing, and they may need a little bit of assistance from someone like me to help guide them through what their options may be, whether it's utilizing their income from potentially renting out that property that they currently own with maybe a 2.5-3% interest rate and purchasing another property. So there is an option out there to do such a thing. A lot of people think they have to sell their house to buy another house. They don't have to. We can work on ways to help qualify to make those numbers work for you, especially if you have such a low mortgage payment with that low interest rate. It might make more sense and you can make some profit off of renting out your home. So let's connect and talk about that if you're curious. Let's look at inventory by the different price ranges out there. So this is if you're looking to buy, how many homes are out there in your price point and what's been going on there. You can see that pretty much actually every single price point on there has gone down in terms of inventory. So you can see January is in red and the black is February. And so all of them have dropped down, some of them more considerably than others. So definitely need some more homes in all price ranges out there. Now looking at what we call the month supply of inventory, this is kind of just measuring buyer demand versus seller demand. So, sometimes we've seen, 1,500 homes on the market for sale, and our inventory still only 2 months of inventory. Right now we're at, under 500 homes on the market, and our month supply of inventory is 2-month supply. So while this tells us that there are less buyers in the market right now, but the ones that are eating up the supply. Now there are a lot of buyers sitting on the sideline, either kind of watching for that perfect home to hit the market because inventory is so low. So we might see, as more homes start to come on the market, we might start to see that more get eaten up. But a lot of them are sitting tight for interest rates, and that's a whole other conversation of if interest rates are going to come down. So I do this monthly video with Jeremiah each month, so make sure you hit that subscribe button to watch that video if you haven't yet. And we do that every month, kind of going over where interest rates are going to go. But right now we're at 2 months supply of inventory. That means if no more homes hit the market today, it would take 2 months to eat up all of the inventory, all of the homes that are currently available for sale in Reno Sparks. Now, this is always my favorite graph of these presentations, the pending sales by month. This is kind of telling us what the demand is and what it was in February, so what we're going to see for sales in likely March and beginning of April. And what this tells us is pending sales are up. We went from 344 up to 414, so that's great news. Actually been the highest we've seen in basically August, so we've seen that start to come back up. We're out of these winter months, hopefully. I know we just got snow last weekend, but the spring market is coming upon us, and now is a good time to start having that conversation. Now, talking about pending sales, what price ranges are the most demand for going pending, you can very much see in this graph here where that demand is. You can see basically the 750 to 600, the 600 to 500, and the 500 to 400 ranges. Those 3 blocks are the biggest, all each just almost 100 homes out there going pending. So, 96, 102, and 89 right there, all going pending, and all of them increasing for the month of February. What's interesting too is you can see in the 750 to a million, you can actually see a bit of a jump from 42 homes to 57 homes going pending. So we did see an increase in buyers in that price point. That's good news. Now let's go hyper local into the Reno specific market. We'll exclude Sparks and we'll look at Reno sales price. We saw median sales price for Reno at $567,600. That is a little bit down from last month, but year over year, it is still up 8.5%. We see inventory, of course, down, shocker there. Year over year, down almost 24%. And we can see new listings is still up even year over year, so that's good news. So we're having more new listings hit the market, and we still have less inventory. So it's getting gobbled up real quick, 20 days to contract there. Okay, taking a look at Sparks now, we have $530,000 median home price. That was an increase of 2.1% since last month, so it's going up in 5.6% year over year. Of course, inventory is down. New listings is down too. That was interesting. But new listings only 20, or new median days to contract only 23 days. So just over 3 weeks. Driving out to Fernley, about $385,000 median home price, so inched up a little bit over last month and 10% from last year. Inventory is at 73 homes on the market in Fernley, and new listings up quite a bit, 25% up, which puts us at 45 new listings hitting the market. So definitely needed some more homes up there. You can see that median days to contract, 27 days. Heading to our capital of Carson City, up $547,475. That is a bit of a jump, actually. And think about this. This is Carson City. So it actually had a 9.5% jump from last month. So very interesting there. We see inventory down to 71 homes on the market in Carson City. New listings down quite a bit from last month of more than 16% down. That could be with less listings on the market. That demand may have been able to eat it up, and that may have driven prices up a bit, and that could have been part of that reasoning. Only 19 days to contract there. Gardnerville and Minden, $745,000 essentially for median sales price there. Active inventory, 126 homes on the market there with New listings staying flat for the month, and median days to contract 35 days. So one of the longer ones out of all these little micro markets we're looking at. We're going to close out with Reno Sparks for specifically condos and townhomes. $335,000 median home price for a condo or townhome in Reno. That is down just slightly, but still year over year, over 11% up. Active inventory sitting at 174 properties, so some decent options out there. That is actually down though, but up from last year. New listings, 84 new listings. Again, that one went down as well last month. Median days to contract 20 days. So if you're curious about that, 335 sounds a little bit better than these 500 numbers that I was talking about. So if that's something you're considering, let's get with me and we can talk about that, see if that makes more sense, especially when factoring in things like HOA fees. I appreciate you, everyone watching. If you haven't yet, hit that like button below. That tells me you're enjoying these videos, you enjoy getting this information every single month. If you are curious about the real estate market and you live here in Reno, Sparks, or Northern Nevada, or looking to relocate to Reno, Sparks, or Northern Nevada, reach out to me. I'm going to put my information on the screen right over here. You can reach out to me. I love to be able to assist you and answer any questions about the area and help make that move a little bit easier for you. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button as well as watch my other videos over here, including my mortgage update that I do every month, talking about interest rates and what's going on there. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.